4 hockey games today. Matthew Barnaby is back. We're going to take them all apart, tell you exactly how to bet each and every one of them. Ottawa hosting Toronto, Minnesota hosting Vegas, Colorado and Dallas in game 6, and Edmonton with a closeout opportunity. Let's get to it. Andy Lang after Matt. Matt?
I wasn't sick, but I got like a little cut in my mouth from playing hockey. I think I might have bit my lip and it's rolling on my molar. I've had migraines the last 3 days, lots of travel, got like a lump under here right now that, it's been a rough week. Rough week. I'm feeling a little bit better today, but been watching the games and excited for tonight's game. I can tell you that. I know who's a little nervous right now. Someone was very brave last week and very cocky with the Toronto Maple Leafs, but don't want to lose this one, do you?
Well, let's do a recap, if you will. And yeah, Matt, okay. The Leafs are famous for choking. We'll get there. Carolina's in, Washington's in, Florida is in. Really was quite surprised at how little Tampa Bay did this past series. Montreal did exactly what was expected. And same with New Jersey, but really Tampa Bay was a bit shocking to me. I thought they had a chance to win the series, but at least make it close.
Yeah, I had Montreal losing pretty early. Their run was gone, and Carolina's a way better team, even with Jack Hughes in the lineup.
Yeah.
You take Jack Hughes out of the lineup, they can't keep up scoring wise when you lose your best player. I'm surprised too. I had Florida winning this in 7. Tampa just wasn't Tampa. They weren't Tampa. And you look at the size of that back end for the Florida Panthers. I mean, they're big, man. They're big. They can play a talented game, but they're in your face. Now you add, as the series went on, Brad Marchand really finding his stride. This is a good hockey team and a big reason why I have them winning the Eastern Conference again.
Matthew Barnaby joining us. You guys are watching the Blue Line Hockey Betting Podcast. We do this every day. You can find it over at WagerTalk TV. Hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, put up some comments. Thanks, guys. Okay, Matt, let's get into the first game. Toronto plus 100 against Ottawa. 5.5 is the total. And yeah, I mean, listen, am I nervous as a Leaf fan? I mean, why shouldn't I be? 57 years of total nonsense. Every April, I question why I go through this. It annoys me. It frustrates me. With that said, I think they get it done tonight. And I break it down like this, Matthew. Their best game was actually game 4, the game they lost in overtime. A couple of weaker goals by Stollarts, very abnormal by him, but that was their best hockey game. And that was a game where you expected them to play their worst hockey game. You know, take a breath, lower their intensity, feel like, okay, we've got this, and have Ottawa play super loose. And, you know, I expected a game 4 disaster. Instead, we got a game 5 disaster. And I think that might have been the game 4 one day later. I think the Leafs are going into Ottawa. I think it's better that they're on the road. I'm curious about your opinion there. And I think Ottawa's sphincter pucker factor is going to get slightly tighter as the series progresses. I am a homer, but I look at these two teams up and down, and I think, man, they don't compare on paper. One team is extremely veteran. Unless Linus steals it again, I think Toronto gets it done tonight. And at plus 100, I think there's just a shit ton of value there.
Yeah, at plus 100, the money has to be on Toronto. Ottawa, that place is going to be nuts tonight, going into this game 6 when they were left for dead, essentially, 4 or 5 days ago. So my concern for Ottawa is that they're going to be so hyped up that they're going to be running around, hitting everything in sight, and might take some penalties. And if that's the case, Toronto wins this, I think, going away. But you're giving me value on the Toronto Maple Leafs, the better team. Being on the road is not going to bother them going up to Ottawa for this one. So I'm on Toronto. We both have them for the series. I'm not a homer, but I'm on the Leafs here.
Okay, both of us are on the Leafs. I hope that's not a bad sign, Matt, because I got to tell you, man, I don't have the emotional ability to get through a game 7. Like, I did tell my friends this current Leaf iteration losing 4 straight after up 3-0 was not on our bingo card, so we can put that there. But losing to a shitty team that hasn't made the playoffs in a decade, we covered that with Montreal in the COVID situation. So let's get it going, dude. I'm sick of this Leaf pain. I just want this over and done with, Matt. So please help us out.
Yeah, it feels like I'm in Toronto, and I'm in Toronto now. That I'm here for every game 6, game 7 in past memory, and it has not fared well for the Leafs. So I don't know if it's me, but I'm here again. So law of averages. Hopefully it changes.
We got Vegas, big favorite tonight, playing on the road. They're minus 165. That seems like a really strange number to me. Now, I mentioned that I thought there was value on Minnesota in the last game, and obviously Minnesota didn't get it done. But there is just no way I could find a way to the window to bet this Vegas team at minus 165. It feels like Vegas is not right. Something is missing. There's like they're like a step behind or something, that Vegas team that we know. With that said, we saw Edmonton turn their playoffs around, win 3 straight. I got to look at the dog here, Matt. I got to look at Minnesota at plus the 140. And I got to look at the over as well. But I prefer Minnesota, home team in a series where they've hung with Vegas all series long, getting money like that. Minnesota's the play for me. What do you like?
It's funny because I was going to go Minnesota only to hedge my bet because I have Vegas in the series, and it's a great number. They're playing very well against a good Vegas team, and I'm with you. Vegas just hasn't been the Vegas team that I thought there would be. I'm off on this game. I'm letting it ride. I'm going to take my Vegas ticket that I had at the start of the series and ride that one. So I'm off on this game, but I think smart money should be on Minnesota.
Yeah, talking about where money goes, Colorado, 74% of the tickets written so far are on the Avs, and the line is all the way up to minus 190.
Yeah.
There's just no chance. Now, I don't even think I could get to the window betting the Avs in regulation here, Matt. I understand this is a closeout game, but this is a veteran Dallas team, and they have been in this spot before, and they have closed out in these spots before. Now, obviously, they're playing a veteran Colorado team, but it's a skewed line. Do I think Colorado has a 55% chance of winning this game? Yes, but I don't think they have a 66% chance of winning this game or a 62% chance of winning this game. I got to look at Dallas here, Matt, but I really do like the over. I think that's where I'm going to go in this game. We played the over last time these two teams met, and we're going straight back there. I think I'm not really buying into the goaltending right now on either team, frankly, and Mackenzie Blackwood has definitely come down to earth. I like the over, and I lean on Dallas.
Yeah, Colorado minus 185 is not a skewed number. It's a dumb number. It's people just buying into they can't lose at home in game 6. It's the Avs. Listen, Dallas Stars are a very good team. These are two very evenly matched teams. I'm with you on the over, and I think as you get into elimination games, as we've seen, and I was at that Edmonton game when they came back. Bad play by Byfield. Gris going back on something else. I mean, that was the series right there. It could have been over. But you're going to see teams pull their goalie much earlier if they're down by a goal or 2 goals. And that's where overs start playing into it. So I'm on the over with you. Colorado minus 185. Not touching it. I still have them to win this series. I'll stick with that and hope for a game 7.
Matthew Barnaby joining us. Andy Lang still to come. Matthew, we saw the goaltender pull 5 minutes to go from John Cooper in the Tampa Bay Lightning last night. So although that didn't factor into the over, it certainly could have. Edmonton is taking a ton of money, Matt. Ton. It was minus 135 when it opened. It is now at minus 170. That is a substantial move. And, Matt, I'm going to sit here and say, look, I think Minnesota is the right team money-wise, and I think Dallas is the right team money-wise. I don't think the Kings are the right team money-wise. And I mentioned this on the show after 2 days ago. I think what happened in period 3 and in that overtime of game 5 destroyed the LA Kings. I think basically first you had an LA Kings coach who should literally be fired for calling a review on a review.
Terrible.
That is one of the most egregious mistakes I've ever seen and makes no sense. Then you had Quentin screw up. The Kings are done, and I think they might be done tonight. Edmonton is playing the best hockey they've played. Their goaltender, Picard, they've finally found some goaltending. I think there's too many ghosts in LA right now, and I think Edmonton gets it done, and I think they get it done in regulation, -110.
Yeah, I'm with you here. I was at that Edmonton game. It's the most explosive building I've ever been in my life. Most beautiful building, craziest fans into it. I've never seen so many jerseys. This place will be rocking tonight. Rocking. I don't think Edmonton won this series yet, but if they do clinch it tonight, Los Angeles will have lost it. This is more on them losing it than Edmonton winning it. And I think Edmonton closes it out tonight. I have them at -140. It's even a hedge bet for me as well because I have the Kings winning this series in 7.
We just had some money come in on the LA Kings as we were talking. Line just dropped 8 cents. Edmonton now -162. And money coming in on Ottawa as well. Toronto is now at +105. Andy Lang joining us for our prop bet segment. Andy, what do you got for us, brother?
Well, the books caught up to us. All the guys that we've been writing and cashing on, the books have moved the line. So, for example, Stoltz, he's not at 1.5 shots on goal. He's now 2.5 shots on goal. It's juiced heavily to the under. It's like -198 to the under. I would take that. Dorofeyev, he's now at 2.5 shots on goal. He's up to 3.5. So we're seeing the books kind of catch up to us on these props. So I only have one tonight, and Prez, this is right up your alley. Stolarz under 25.5 saves. He's just not facing a lot of shots, and he's not stopping all of them. Only 15, 17, and 18 saves the last 3 games. And like I said, Toronto's just not allowing a lot of shots on goal. They're going in, and I think Stolarz ends up coming in under again. This is an Ottawa team that it's not a lot of volume, but they've been efficient with the shots, so that works out really, really well in the saves prop category. So Stolarz under 25.5 saves, only play for me tonight.
Brilliant. Andy Lang, outstanding, in and out. Matt, what's your prop bet?
I only got 1, too, and it's a goaltender. I don't know what it's with goaltenders today, but I think Toronto's going to win this game. I think they're going to be firing on all cylinders. And I got over 24.5 saves for Linus Ullmark. If they do win, it's going to be on him, but Toronto's going to come out firing. I think they feel the pressure going into Ottawa. I think they know what they have to do, and it's going to rely on that big 4, but they're going to be firing from everywhere.
Brilliant. Guys, 1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Matthew, Andy, Andrew, myself, some ex-NHL players. We're going to be live. We're going to take apart the Friday games and the Saturday games. We're going to do a look ahead for round 2. We already have 1 matchup ready to go. A second might be tonight. A third by tomorrow. Who knows? We'll see you at 1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Hope you guys win tonight, and definitely 100% do not bet like an idiot.